Hey, Max here. So today I want to talk about a few topics with Madden 21, Madden 22. Where's the news at? That's all I gotta ask. Drop the trailer, drop the info. I know your EA plays a month later this year, which is kind of like pushing back a little maybe of the game. I don't know. I expect it to be about the same launch date this year as it was last year. We'll still get the two generations of games between the old and next gen. They confirmed that in their investor call, but I want to talk about like Madden 21. It definitely feels like, at least for me, let me know what you guys think. The hype is a little bit lower this year at the end of the year than really ever before. And there's a few reasons why, in my opinion. But I kind of want to have like a discussion on it. What happened to Madden 21 is the basis of this video. And obviously, with the interest being low late in the year, it's kind of maybe a come up of the last few years where like they stopped releasing content kind of early, so we're like, well, you're just gonna abandon us. So we made like different summer plans for 21. Like, MLB The Show, I think coming out really distracted me quite a bit from the game. I'll just pull some training variety packs while we're sitting here. And that's really where I've put a lot of my time, and obviously into the child too. But like MLB The Show has been huge and basically free for a large portion of the Xbox audience. If you have Game Pass, it is like $1 a month for the first month. I think there's a way of getting around that, getting more Game Pass, months for very cheap, just like that. But anyways, yeah, MLB The Show has gone kind of crazy. Now you can argue about the content in MUT versus MLB The Show being better, and then like MUT this year kind of like wowed us because like its content is so significantly better than any other year, which makes you think like, oh my god, I should be more interested in it. But why? Why is the interest kind of died off? It feels like, as you see, the view numbers of this channel have gone down drastically. They're like half of what they were last year, if not slightly less than that. So I don't know if other YouTubers are experiencing the same problems. I generally don't look at their channels that much, but why? A variety of factors, like I said. And now with the show, I feel like for sports gamers, everybody that I see in my community is kind of talking about MLB The Show, and they're like in the Discord, most of the conversation is about MLB The Show, and they're talking video games. And it is what it is, right? This isn't MUT's fault, in my opinion, right? The only thing you can say MUT's fault would be like the stat cap, and like they've released so much content that maybe it's overwhelming for people. I don't think that's possible. I think the biggest issue is that a lot of the content they release is about the same thing, because when you stat cap at 99 and you start the game off with Tyreek Hill being able to get to like low to mid 90s with all the boosts and stuff on the theme teams and the sprinter and whatnot, physical chems, which I hope go away next year, it's kind of like, okay, well, yes, this new linebacker card is going to be 99 speed, but this DB card is going to also be 99 speed. Like, I saw some complaining on the subreddit, like, hey, linebackers and DBs should be different speed. Well, they really should be. Check us at the beginning of the year, because they will be. And I hope next year EA ends up using like the full, if they don't go over 100, right? If their game literally, sucks, and Clint can't fix this problem after 4 years of it being in the game, of over 100 stats either not working or doing whatever issue they have with them, they got to start the game lower. They got to start the speed scale lower and then have more room to grow next year. But I think that's the issue, right? With all the boosts that we've had these 99 speed guys since December. With like Dion was hitting there. Oh, I got to go quick sell some stuff in my binder. And that's the biggest thing. That's one thing. We saw this problem coming. They didn't do anything to fix it. So here we are. Okay. I think repetitive gameplay is another big issue. It's like literally facing the same guy over and over. The only time you'll see a change, if maybe somebody like a YouTuber or somebody decides to go to a new scheme, like, oh, I love this scheme now, like, or like 146 is awesome now, but 146 was like literally the meta at the very beginning of the year. And it was kind of weird because people like just forgot it was a meta, right? People just like started ignoring the 146 when it literally launched the game. Maybe I should do a video breaking down the meta as it evolved in 21. But then like it's back, like, oh my god, we were taken aback by 146. It's like, yeah, you just, the reason it went away is because people came out in 212, and then people were like, I just feel like going to nickel 335 wide now. And it's like, okay, I can take care of most of it at 335 wide. So it is kind of funny how the game evolved from like, no, 146 is awful. Wait, what's a 146 to no, 146 is awful again. Just my interpretation of these people. But yeah, repetitive gameplay. Like, you go out there, it's the same mindless, brainless schemes over and over. And like, can you blame the guys online for playing their best to win? No, you got to blame the developers for not balancing the meta. And secondly, the fact that we haven't had updated playbooks in a while, I've talked about this multiple times, is a shame. That guy's the laziest son of a gun in the universe, right? I wouldn't be like I seriously would not with like the work at home thing that's happening, in the world. That guy died like 8 months ago. The guy that updates playbooks, but because he never did his job, nobody noticed, right? Like, can somebody get a wellness check on whoever does the playbooks in Madden? Because like, totally, like maybe he answers the Zoom calls Weekend at Bernie style, right? If the Zoom, no, if it comes up, he like answers it, and he's like wearing shades, and like, oh, huh, giving us the silent treatment again. All right, I see he's hard at work on new playbooks. And then like they hang up the meeting after like offering like suggestions, and then like obviously him not giving them anything other than the Weekend at Bernie style, maybe dancing to some music. But like it's I don't get it. So that's part of the repetitive gameplay, right? Remember live playbooks? I remember that. I don't even need member berries for live playbooks to be remembered. They were never brought to MUT this year. They were last year. Were they updated? I don't know. Didn't see them in MUT. So it's just one of the reasons why this game has got a little hype is because like you can only play the same thing over and over so many times. Like how many times can you play tic-tac-toe in a row without getting bored of the game, right? Very little variance, the game is solved. Like it's the same thing here. If everybody's doing the same thing, it's boring, right? You got to go hunt to find guys to play different schemes against you, and I think that's one of the reasons why the game has kind of died down. I think golden tickets being less than golden have kind of hurt a little bit. Obviously, guys chose more memes and favorite cards this year than powerful things. We'll see, of course, with dev golden tickets, but like how much more could they have done, right? The golden tickets, they got statted horribly. EA kind of screwed a lot of those players, giving only 96 speed, thinking that maybe the golden tickets could be powered up or something. I don't know what EA was thinking when they statted them, but like how much better could they be, and like what would it change? Because it's still just capped at 99, right? The abilities only really matter for the quarterback position, because then a lot of other guys, you don't really need that combination of abilities. Like last year was a bigger deal because you had 3 guys, so you can really like pimp out a guy more. This year it's spread out a little bit more. I love this year's system a lot better, but that's one of the downside of golden tickets is that they're not as special now, because you're spreading out your abilities, and there's clearly some abilities that are better than others. So ability balance also hurts a little bit of the golden tickets. Okay, I think just general burnout of life and playing video games for some people. Maybe that the lockdown kind of got them in their own head, and they're like, all right, now I want to get out. Right? Maybe they're not interested in Madden because they made summer plans. Maybe they're doing things more outside this year versus last year where we were all kind of like stuck inside. And a lot of places mandates are lifted. A lot of people got vaccinated already, so that is something true also, right? Like, and the burnout also goes into like I just talk about repetitive gameplay and that kind of stuff too. I think this year, and maybe like the transition of Madden 21, which is supposed to be a big transition year. Oh, come on. Yeah. I did not expect to get one of those, but I got one of those. Nice. Derek Robertson, we pulled one. Hey, who to know? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Again, one of the worst golden tickets we've ever seen in the entire game, but still fun to pull a gold ticket, even though it's god awful. I think this year being a transition year of Madden from current gen to next gen, and I think next gen being just a straight up bad game on launch, and still they haven't fixed the agility problem on next gen, has really hurt it, right? That's absolutely hurt. It hurt my hype a little bit. I was really hoping next gen was going to be really cool, and then they decided like I can respect making guys speed, accelerate. Okay, I can respect that slowness right there, but the agility, seeing Tyreek Hill turn like a Mack truck, they just made it too dumb, too bad. Do I have this one? I don't know. I'm gonna keep it though. Like, and like a lot of people like, oh, I love it more because it's harder to do fun things on, right? Like fun things like usering and shit is fun. So like making your user awful is not very fun. So if they just tune up agility next year, I think next gen's definitely got a chance of being the best version of Madden. If they tune a little bit of that movement up. So hopefully we'll see that. I think like packs, right? And like I talked about this MUT being MUT is not the problem. I think some of the pack issues, right? Like all of these packs right now, which ones are good? Fat packs, I think I'm gonna wait for them on Friday. Weekly fantasy packs haven't been good for me all year. I remember when they glitched for me earlier in the year and I got like 60 of them. I got an entire year's worth at one time, and it still was not that good of a one. Elite bundles, I mean these things suck, right? Like look at the odds on these things. A 95 There's an 8.5% chance at a 95. Now, if we look at that, let's go look at what the 95s are going for in the block right now. So there's an 8.5% chance out of that pack. And 95s are... let's see, we're going to see 94s first. But 95s are sitting at 43K. So, like, the fact that they haven't updated the pack pricing on a lot of this stuff either kind of hurts. And I think a lot of that, yeah, obviously due to the fat packs have destroyed the rest of the pack value. But even that, like, even when Ultimate Legend packs were there before the fat packs, they were not worth it. Right now, all the packs except for fat packs definitely aren't worth it either. And it's kind of sad. Really, it truly is. So, that's also a little disappointing is the other packs, they haven't been updated a little bit. Like, Fan Appreciation packs are great. Great, I think, still good value. I'm sure you won't profit on all of them. You'll profit on a lot of them, though. Game Changer packs, Elite packs, then these ones specifically, Ultimate Legend Fantasy packs, these ones are awful, right? Less than 5% chance at 98. Okay, I can see it, but man, these need to be like 90K, in my opinion. Maybe I could see you getting away with 120, but 160 is just outrageous. So yeah, that being takes a little bit of the fun of pack pulling. I know some people play this game now later in the year to kind of get on, scratch that itch for like the new cards, gamble, see if we can't pull them, that kind of stuff. So that, you know, no loopholes this year outside of a few. I mean, we hunted hard for loopholes this year. We got a few. There's been obviously tons of methods and stuff if you paid attention, but methods are not as fun as loopholes because they only take advantage of the market and arbitrage situations like that. But loopholes only having a few of them, and a few of them only lasting like 10 to 15 minutes was tragic. We got one to last. Man, what was that last? Oh, God, I can't remember the last one now. That one lasted, I feel like, for an afternoon. Maybe I'll wait for Saturday for that one. But yeah, I think all these things combined to like kind of like 21 is tough because like looking at MLB The Show, circling back to that, going free to basically free to play on Xbox, not PlayStation, is kind of like, wow, Madden, are you gonna keep up? Like, I feel like EA right now is the same thing that's happening with what happened to their Battlefield franchise with their BR, right? Firestorm. And like their BR was locked behind, you know, the paid game, $60 for the game. Then you had to get into the BR and play it. Whereas like Call of Duty, they gave everybody Warzone for free. And I wonder how many game sales were made off of Warzone, specifically for Call of Duty. So like, it feels the same thing. EA's leadership's kind of like stuck in the past. Like, we have to monetize the upfront purchase. They don't understand like the future of gaming and how like insane Fortnite has been because they went free, right? Because you just gave it to people and then they spend on cosmetics, right? Give Madden to people. They need to do that for 22. They need to just make Madden free, and then like you make most of your money, right? Like you look at the EA financial statements and like the portion of the pie of game sales is going down, digital, whatever, because the portion of the pie of digital revenue is just exploding, right? Like, so like if you offer this shit free to play, then like all of a sudden your bigger piece of the pie explodes even further, like your Apex has been doing, and your digital sales go down, but like, or digital and physical sales of copies of the game go down, but like you got to expand the bigger piece of the pie, right? It makes no sense to me to keep charging for the NFL unless you're, you know, contractually obligated by the NFL to charge for the product, which I don't know. I haven't seen the contract, and nobody outside of probably EA and the NFL. Wait, I do need 87s for that set this weekend. Have seen it. So, I don't know. I think that would bring a lot of hype back to Madden, right? Like, improve the gameplay on next gen, current gen. We'll see what they end up focusing on most of their efforts next year. I'm guessing it's going to be next gen since that's the feature of the product. But that's it. What do you guys think about 21? Hype obviously died down, but man, it was like, it's just been a cliff, I feel like, since last year. That's the video. Hope you guys liked it. Golden ticket pull, kind of wild. So, I love the training variety packs so much. Best put thing into Madden in a long time. Peace.